Time and time again, the world has watched as leaders and groups have plundered the heritage of nations, not as a single act, but as a sliding scale. On the one end, it is the ruthless elimination of a people in order to establish the dominant line of thinking and correct line of history for the supreme group, asserting the absolute supremacy of the correct identity. At the other end, it's often a calculated path of enrichment for the individual, a nation, their group, state itself, and honestly, it's often both. Adolf's seizure and sale of degenerate art to Stalin's quiet liquidation of hermitage treasures, Mao's destruction of the Four Olds, Saddam Hussein's looting of Kuwait, to ISIS's trafficking antiquities to fund their own goals, and so many other terrible examples of this happening, each used to enhance their own vision of a correct world, demonstrating to us repeatedly how much heritage can be weaponized against us. Donald Trump appears to be following the same playbook yet again of the same type of people, and he's doing so with America's greatest museums. And sure, there are plenty of debates about what histories these museums show as is. Disagreements about how that history is presented aside, do any one of you think that hyper-nationalist religious whitewashing will benefit the nation as a whole? And even if you think it will, for some reason, do you really think that these national treasures being auctioned off and donated to people who are already the wealthiest people to ever exist on the planet, the people that already have more than enough, should have the opportunity to use these and then have that money funneled into international and domestic groups that keep every single one of us down? Those of us who are being pushed into a position to be made completely powerless. When artifacts are moved into private collections, the world loses access to them forever. And arguably worse, when they are destroyed, we lose entire threads of history, scholarship, identities of people. The move to try to change the truth. When this type of thing happens, the cost is not just measured in money, it is measured in the cost of humanity, for who generations of people are. Phase 1 focuses on 8 of the 19 Smithsonian museums, and they have already agreed. Things that you can do: contact your state legislators, your representatives, let them know what's going on. Political pressure helps. Contact the Smithsonian directly. At the very least, send an email if you're not going to get out there and protest, or place a phone call to either a representative or the Smithsonian itself. It's very quick to send an email. Just don't do nothing if you even almost care. Don't do nothing if you just don't care. Do something. Because if this kind of thing is done, the chances of this ever being undone are extraordinarily low. Please take one form of the action to try to help fight against this early and now, because this White House broke this today and the museums broke it yesterday, and part of me thinks that it's in retaliation to them restoring the impeachment exhibit. But that doesn't mean just because that man is throwing a fit that the rest of everyone has to lose.